people to understand that story. So if he beats Canelo on May 4th, Danny Jacobs is the man. And I really believe he's going to do it.
Speaking of which, a trending story within that story has been Danny Jacobs being vocal about there being a rehydration clause that Oscar and Golden Boy put in that is outside of any IBF ruling. What are your thoughts on that? Jacobs not being able to rehydrate.
I think well, he can rehydrate. It's got to be £10 at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's no big deal for Danny, but people think it's a major deal because he just chose in the unification fight against Triple G to not do it for the IBF. He did it for Derevyanchenko in the last fight. It was no problem. But Canelo is the A side in that fight, and in any negotiation when there is an A side, sometimes you'll be asked to do things that you probably would rather not, but quite frankly, you don't have a lot of choice. Because they wouldn't have taken the fight without the rehydration clause in there. And we spoke to Danny and spoke to Keith Connolly. It wasn't even, oh no, it was just no problem. Okay, so we just got to watch ourselves a little bit more than we normally would. He'll be under £10 the day after. He'll be ready to fight, and obviously that's at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. the day of the fight. You've got another 12 hours till the fight, so he'll be well hydrated for that weigh-in and also for the fight.
Now, casual boxing fans are very familiar with the term A-side when Floyd Mayweather made it more famous. Do you think that was Canelo being the A-side and pushing that
Probably
agenda?
Golden Boy.
Or
Yeah.
was it more Oscar Golden Boy?
Look, a promoter's job is to act in the best interest of your fighter. They don't want Danny. Danny Jacobs is going to be huge in the ring that night. He'd probably be, I don't know, he's going to have to be 170 for the weigh-in. He's going to be 180, I don't know, something like that. And Canelo's going to be 170. It doesn't, people think £10 is going to make a massive. It doesn't really. It will benefit Danny because he's not going to be bloated or he's not going to starve himself at the weight and then blow up. He's just a big middleweight. But it's the job of the promoters to do the best deal for their fighter and to, I guess, to protect their fighter. And what they're saying is Canelo is a small middleweight. We want to make sure that Danny Jacobs doesn't hydrate to a silly number and for him to have the advantage over our guy. So the fact is, if the IBF hadn't changed their rule, he'd have to do it anyway. But they changed their rule for unifications. So, but he did it for Derevyanchenko, and it really wasn't a problem. So, for anyone who thinks, oh, it's a disadvantage to Danny J, it's not. It's really not. He will be the professional. He will get that done, and he won't have to take weight off. He won't have to do anything.
Now, I know for Canelo and their side, there's a rematch clause. Is it a two-way street?
No,
or is it a
one way? One way, yeah.
So this is Danny Jacobs has to win.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. Financially, from a legacy point of view, this is everything that he's ever wanted. And since we signed him, he told me, make this Canelo fight. Please, Eddie, get this. So we're in a great position because we've delivered. And Danny was the first guy who jumped for Matchroom.